Buddha's teachings about fear and being afraid are deeply rooted in his philosophy of mindfulness, impermanence, and the cultivation of wisdom. He taught that fear arises from ignorance, attachment, and a lack of understanding of the true nature of reality. Here are key insights from his teachings. Number 1, fear comes from attachment. Buddha emphasized that fear often arises when we cling to things, people, or circumstances. The fear of losing them causes mental suffering. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. By understanding impermanence, one can let go of attachment and reduce fear. Number 2, overcoming fear through wisdom. Buddha taught that fear can be overcome through insight into the true nature of reality. Fear dissipates when we understand that most of our fears are created by our minds. There is nothing more dreadful than the habit of doubt. Doubt separates people. It is a poison that disintegrates friendships and breaks up pleasant relations. It is a thorn that irritates and hurts. It is a sword that kills. By replacing doubt with understanding, we can dissolve fear. Number 3, mindfulness as a tool against fear. Fear thrives on the unknown and the imagined. By being fully present through mindfulness, we ground ourselves in reality and strip fear of its power. Buddha encouraged meditation and mindfulness practices to face fear directly and observe it without judgment. Over time, this diminishes its hold on the mind. Number 4, facing fear directly. Buddha advised his disciples to face their fears instead of running from them. Avoidance only strengthens fear. Confronting it with clarity and courage reveals its true nature. Example from the Pali Canon. When a monk asked how to deal with fear while meditating in the forest, Buddha told him to confront it calmly and observe it as part of the practice. Number 5, the root of fear, ego and self-identity. Fear often arises from a strong sense of self. The fear of harm, failure, or death is tied to the ego's need for survival and validation. He who has gone beyond the illusion of self and understands the nature of the world does not tremble at the thought of life or death. By realizing the illusion of the self, one can transcend fear. Number 6, the path to fearlessness. Fearlessness is a state of liberation that arises when one walks the Eightfold Path. Right understanding, right mindfulness, and right effort help one overcome fear and live with confidence. The wise one, who lives with mindfulness and a serene mind, fears not the dangers of life, for he knows the truth of existence. Practical advice to overcome fear, based on Buddha's teachings. Recognize fear, accept its presence, and do not resist it. Label it mindfully. Investigate its source. Reflect on what is causing the fear and whether it is based on reality or imagination. Meditate. Use meditation to calm the mind and observe fear without judgment. Practice. Non-attachment. Let go of clinging to outcomes or possessions. Cultivate compassion. Fear often arises from concern for oneself. Compassion shifts focus to others and reduces self-centered fears. By applying these teachings, one can cultivate a calm and fearless mind, even in the face of life's uncertainties.